The All England Club. The press room is packed. The cameras are rolling. The microphones are live. And the world number one is about to say something that nobody expected. Aryna Sabalenka, the four-time Grand Slam champion. The player who has spent 95 weeks atop the women's game. The overwhelming favorite to win her maiden Wimbledon crown. She has just been knocked out of the tournament by Naomi Osaka. The questions are supposed to be about her exit, her disappointment, her future, but instead, she is talking about someone else. The name hangs in the air like a thunderclap. Reporters lean forward. Cameras zoom in. Sabalenka has just watched the 21-year-old Filipina sensation do the unthinkable, defeat the defending champion, Iga Swiatek, on center court. She has watched Eala become the first player from the Philippines to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam in the Open era. And now, she is about to say something that nobody expected. She's the biggest star in our sport right now. The room goes silent. The tennis world is stunned. Aryna Sabalenka, the queen of women's tennis, has just made a declaration that will send shockwaves through the sport. This is the story of that moment. This is the story of what Aryna Sabalenka said about Alexandra Eala, and why it shocked the tennis world. Let's begin to understand why Sabalenka's words carry so much weight. You have to go back to the beginning. To the moment when the world number one first made her feelings about Eala known. It was after the US Open in 2025. Sabalenka had just been crowned champion. The confetti was still falling. The applause was still echoing. And in her post-victory press conference, she delivered a moment that rivaled the shock of any upset. There's this girl from the Philippines, Eala, Sabalenka began, a smile playing on her lips. She's an incredible player, a rare talent. And also, she's incredibly beautiful. I'm actually thinking of asking her out to dinner. I want to know her better. The tennis world was stunned. A public dinner invitation from the world number one to a rising star from the Philippines. It was unheard of. It was unprecedented. It was the beginning of a bond that would captivate the sport. For Eala, the admiration was mutual. When asked which shot she would steal from any player in tennis, she didn't hesitate. I would steal Sabalenka's serve for sure, Eala said. Sabalenka has one of the strongest serves on the WTA Tour, ranked among the top in every serving statistic. Eala recognized greatness, and she wanted to be part of it. The mutual respect didn't stop there. When Sabalenka defended Eala from criticism, her words were powerful. She's not wrong. She's a strong and independent woman. Insulting her is insulting yourself, Sabalenka said. For Eala, this wasn't just support, it was recognition. A validation from the best player in the world that she belonged. The connection between Aryna Sabalenka and Alexandra Eala goes far beyond a dinner invitation. It is a bond forged through mutual respect, admiration, and a shared love of the game. Eala has always been open about her admiration for Sabalenka. When asked to name her dream tennis matchups, she didn't hesitate. Sabalenka, of course, Eala commented. I think everyone wants to play the number one in the world. The admiration is mutual. Sabalenka has been watching Eala's rise with growing fascination. She has seen the Filipina sensation climb from outside the top 100 to the brink of the elite. She has seen the crowds, the noise, the phenomenon that has become known as the Eala effect. And she has seen something that others are only beginning to notice. She's not just a rare talent, Sabalenka reportedly said. She's the future of this sport. The bond between the two players is unique. Sabalenka, the established champion. Eala, the rising star. Two players at different stages of their careers, but united by a mutual respect that transcends the court. Their friendship has even extended to social media. When Iva Jovic posted a photo dump from Rome, both Sabalenka and Eala showered her with compliments. Those eyes, Sabalenka wrote. The exchange highlighted the warmth between the two stars. A warmth that would only grow as Eala's star continued to rise. The moment came during Sabalenka's post-match press conference after her fourth-round loss to Naomi Osaka. She was supposed to be talking about her own disappointment, her own exit, her own shattered dreams of winning Wimbledon. But when the questions turned to Eala, something shifted. I've been watching her for a while now, Sabalenka said. What she's doing, it's incredible. She's not just a rare talent. She's the biggest star in our sport right now. The declaration came as a shock to the tennis world. Sabalenka, the world number one, the four-time Grand Slam champion, was declaring that a 21-year-old from the Philippines was the biggest star in women's tennis. She's the biggest draw in women's tennis right now, Sabalenka reportedly said. And she's only getting started. I've been watching her journey, and I see something special. She's not just a player who wins matches. She's a player who changes the game. The tennis world was stunned. When the world number one speaks, people listen. And what Sabalenka was saying about Eala was sending shockwaves through the sport. She's got something that you can't teach, Sabalenka continued. She's fearless. She's not afraid of the big names. She's already beaten them. When you see a player with that kind of fire, that kind of belief, you know she's going to be around for a long time. Sabalenka's words were not just praise. They were a passing of the torch. A recognition that the future of women's tennis is in good hands. Sabalenka's praise of Eala was not empty hype. It was based on evidence. On the things she had seen in Eala's game that others were only beginning to notice. Eala's 2026 season has been nothing short of extraordinary. She holds a 12-4 record on grass. She won the WTA 125 Birmingham Classic. She reached the semifinals of the Berlin Open, where she stunned world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka and world number 8 Aryna Sabalenka. She became the first player from the Philippines to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam in the Open era. But it's not just the results that have caught Sabalenka's attention. It's the way Eala has achieved them. She doesn't just beat players, Sabalenka reportedly said. She figures them out. She adapts. That's what separates the good from the great. The great ones learn. They evolve. And she's already doing that at 21. Eala's tactical intelligence is on full display every time she steps onto the court. She doesn't try to overpower opponents. She moves them around the court. She wins with precision, not just power. She has proven that she can neutralize big hitters and frustrate them into making errors. Sabalenka also noticed something else. Something that reminded her of herself. She's fearless, Sabalenka said. She's not afraid of the big names. She's already beaten them. When you see a player with that kind of fire, that kind of belief, you know she's going to be around for a long time. Eala's victory over Iga Swiatek on center court was proof of that fearlessness. She had saved 2 set points in the first set tiebreak. She had raised to a 4-0 lead in the second set. She had made the defending champion look ordinary. Sabalenka had watched it all. The defeat to Paolini was not the end of Alexandra Eala's story. It was just the beginning. Despite the loss, Eala walked away with a career-best Wimbledon performance and prize money for reaching the fourth round. She compiled a 12-4 record on grass courts, which included her second WTA 125 title at the Birmingham Open and a semifinal appearance at the Berlin Open. She also earned victories over former Wimbledon champion Aryna Sabalenka, world number 8 Aryna Sabalenka, and defending Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek, improving her career record against top 10 opponents to 7-4. But the victory was about more than rankings and prize money. It was about belief. It was about validation. It was about showing the world that a 21-year-old from a country with no grass court tradition could conquer the biggest stage in tennis. So many positives, Eala said after her fourth-round exit. One, I think, is how I've handled pressure. I'm happy with how I faced it head-on. I think I kept cool when I needed to, controlled my emotions, and overall performed the best that I could that day. And now, she had the backing of the world number one. She's the biggest star in our sport right now. Those words will echo long after the controversy fades. They will become a reminder that greatness recognizes greatness. That the sports legends see something special in the next generation. That Eala's response to Sabalenka's praise was characteristically humble. When told that her pre-tournament press conference had been watched by 170,000 people, dwarfing the figures for Alcaraz and Djokovic, she dismissed the comparison. I'm nowhere near the leagues of the greats. Djokovic, Sabalenka, Alcaraz, she said. But Sabalenka sees it differently. She's already there, she said. She just doesn't know it yet. The relationship between the two players is unique. Sabalenka, the established champion. Eala, the rising star. Two players at different stages of their careers, but united by a mutual respect that transcends the court. Sabalenka's declaration was not just praise. It was a passing of the torch, a recognition that the future of women's tennis is in good hands, and that the next generation has arrived. She's the biggest star in our sport right now, Sabalenka said. And she was right. The tennis world was watching. The fans were divided. The debate was raging. But one thing was certain. Alexandra Eala had arrived. And she was just getting started. And that, my friends, is how the world number one finally said what she really thinks about Alexandra Eala. Aryna Sabalenka, the four-time Grand Slam champion, the player who has spent 95 weeks atop the women's game. And she said, "She's the biggest star in our sport right now." The tennis world was stunned. The fans were moved. But one thing is certain. Alexandra Eala has arrived. And she is just getting started. This is the rise of a phenomenon. This is the passing of the torch. And trust me, this is only the beginning.